welcome back to Mike's Garage. Today I'm starting out behind the wheel just to see if people can maybe kind of figure out what car I'm driving here. This is actually quite a special car for me. It's been around my family since it was brand new. Anyway, this is one of my favorite cars in my fleet. So I decided to take a little ride this afternoon and thought I'd bring you guys along. So anyway, I don't know if you guys can kind of tell from what's behind me what kind of car it is. I will tell you this is a GM product from the 60s. It has a 400 cubic inch engine. That should start giving a lot of people a clue. 4-barrel carburetor, dual exhaust, 350 horsepower, open rear end, no positive traction. Pretty much the normal equipment that you would get. Standard crank windows, no power locks. It does have air conditioning, which works great. AM radio, which I've actually converted over to an AM FM auxiliary, but it looks standard. I'll show you that in a minute. Typical wipers, remote mirror only on the driver's side. This is actually a very cool color. I know it kind of looks green, and it does. They do call this color April Gold. And the interior is either April Gold or Ivy Gold. I've heard both. So I don't know if you've guessed what it is yet, but let's take a walk around. Right, now here we go. We'll do a little walk around. This is my 1968 Pontiac Grand Prix Coupe. This color is called April Gold. I had this car in my family since it was new in 1968. I apologize for the location of filming in a cemetery, but every time I tried to film, everybody seemed to come and converge on that location. So right here, nobody will bother us. This car has the deluxe wheel covers. A lot of these had the 8-lug wheels. This one does not. And one of my favorite features, the hideaway headlights, which I'll show you guys in a little while. I'm going to wait till it gets dark because it looks a lot cooler. So let's take a look inside. Okay, here is the interior. Again, the color is called April Gold. I've heard the interior referred to as Ivy Gold before. They're pretty much the same. Manual windows with wood inserts, wood insert on the dash. I believe it's elm burl is the wood. Original floor mats. Again, AM radio, but it actually is an AM FM with an auxiliary plug. And people always ask me, why do you have two radios? I don't. The second one is actually the climate control. It does have the power antenna, which works, the front and rear speaker, which isn't really hooked up to anything, and the rear defroster, which works when it feels like it. Take a look on the driver's side. And the only auxiliary gauge is I have a water temperature gauge down here, which comes in quite handy since these Pontiacs tend to run hot. That's the interior. So this car is so much fun to drive. I've driven this thing to Michigan, probably about 300 or 400 miles. I've driven it up to Wisconsin many times, and it's always performed well. I did have one day that things didn't go very well. It was 104 degrees, and this car was not happy. I was surprised I made it home. It was running so hot, knocking and banging. Although Pontiacs do tend to run hot, so that's not that unusual. But it was well over 200, 210. I mean, I didn't think I was going to make it. But we did. And after replacing thermostats and changing fluids and new water gauge, or water temperature gauge, we finally figured out what was going on. It just kind of fixed itself in changing parts, and I've left it ever since. This car's just had a lot of work, had the rear end serviced, all new brakes, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, basically everything mechanical you could replace except for fan belts and a transmission service. And of course a major engine service, but it's running great now. Two things that I wish this car did have were power windows, because it's kind of a big car, and when you lean over to roll up a window, it's a pretty good reach. And I also wish it had cruise control. That's something that I would love to have had on this car. But you can't have everything. If you wanted to, this car will definitely get up and move. So let's see how long it takes to get to 60. And there it is. Yeah, this car's got quite a bit of power. It's no slouch at all. So now I'm going to show you one of the coolest features of the 68 Grand Prix, the hideaway headlights. Car has always had a great exhaust note. The car has always had a very cool dash, and it has the light up Indian head for the high beams. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video on my 1968 Pontiac Grand Prix. Keep watching, hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. If there's some kind of content that you'd like to see that I'm not doing, put it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do for you. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.